Also had 9 rebounds, 5 dimes. And the Cavaliers, they got Evan Mobley back, DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland. They proved to be really big, especially Evan Mobley. But for the Pacers, Tyrese Haliburton, only 4 points in this game. And he also had 3 turnovers. Definitely not his best performance. And for more on Game 3, we bring in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez. And John, there was a moment there right in the fourth quarter. Pascal Siakam hits that 3 in the corner. They cut the lead to 11. I'm thinking, yo, the Pacers are the epitome of a fly, right? That just never goes away. You think it's gone 5 minutes and then it comes back. But on this night, Donovan Mitchell played the role of Superman. And it wasn't just his scoring, but of course that's what gets the news. What did you see that made him so spectacular in this game where they had to have the W?
Oh, he was spectacular this entire series, right? I mean, he's coming off of that 48-point Game 2 masterpiece that got wasted because they blew that 7-point lead late in the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden, Tyrese Haliburton, who had a dud tonight, he was fantastic in that previous game. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell has given them everything the Cavaliers could have asked for and more. 43 points again tonight, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a steal. He plays great defense. I mean, this guy, I think sometimes people forget about how good Donovan Mitchell is because this season, because the Cavs were so good as a team, his lift wasn't as heavy, so his stats weren't as gaudy, Chris. But don't forget, he's going to get some votes for first team All-NBA. If he doesn't make it, he'll be second team. He's going to get some votes for 5th place in the MVP voting. If he doesn't make it, he'll be just on the outside. That's how good Donovan Mitchell has been all season long, and he's really stepped it up in the playoffs. And they needed him tonight because, as you know, Chris, they come into this game tonight down 2-0. If you go down 3-0, it's a wrap. So now they're back into this thing, and if you're the Pacers, not your best night from start to finish, and the Cavaliers are right back in it.
And Mitchell is the first Cavs player to have 90 points in a 2-game playoff span. Not even LeBron James did that, which is crazy to think about, right? Because of all the success he had with the Cavaliers and his dominance during his days with Cleveland. Now, somebody else who was really impactful, Evan Mobley. We saw how much of a difference he made, not just with his scoring, but his defense. What did you like about his ability to impact the game against the Pacers and make things really difficult, especially when they're going up against him on offense?
Yeah, everything. I mean, he was fantastic tonight coming off of he had the ankle and you weren't sure what kind of Evan Mobley you were going to get. Well, guess what? You got Evan Mobley, the guy who won Defensive Player of the Year. He had 3 steals and 3 blocks. You also got a double-double out of Evan Mobley, the Evan Mobley who's going to make All-NBA this season. He's been absolutely fantastic all season long. And, man, amazing how different the Cavs look, right, when you have Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell out there together, and Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen patrolling the paint and grabbing rebounds. I mean, the Cavs absolutely dominated the boards tonight. They also won the points in the paint. And this is the Cavs team, Chris, that was #1 in offense all season long. This is the Cavs team that was number 8 in the defensive rating, that had 2, not 1, but 2 separate 15-game winning streaks. They didn't look like that Cavs team to start this series when they dropped the first 2 games at home against the Cavs, or against the Pacers. But all of a sudden you get Evan Mobley back. Look, Darius Garland didn't look right. DeAndre Hunter he was fine, but he wasn't the score everything off the bench guy that they added at the trade deadline. Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell make that team go, and they did tonight. Yeah,
and like you said, the second chance points, the rebounding is really where the difference was made. Cavaliers just applied their will against the Pacers. Every time Indiana made a run, Cleveland answered with one of their own. Now on the other side, right, Bennedict Mathurin, he was great for the Pacers off the bench, really helped them when they needed to come back. But Tyrese Haliburton, how do you explain his performance, especially after what we saw in Game 2, where I know he wasn't great through stretches of that game until the fourth quarter, but are you surprised that he basically was a no-show?
Yeah, I am. It was surprising. It was a surprising effort from the Pacers all over because the Pacers are really good at home. They're one of the best teams at home in the NBA. I expected them to put significant pressure on the Cavs tonight and really threaten to go up 3-0. Instead, they were really never in this except for a couple of moments there in the fourth quarter that, as you noted, where it looked like maybe they were going to climb back into it because they don't really have any quit in them. But Haliburton just didn't have it tonight. He was fantastic in the fourth quarter of Game 2. He just was basically a no-show tonight. I thought Mathurin was really good, and outside of that, Miles Turner has had a really good playoffs and a really good series, but you need more from Haliburton. You can't have a no-show from Tyrese Haliburton. Yeah, you hit the game winner in game 2. Fantastic. You put that team up 2-0, and teams that start up 2-0 on the road are 38-5 all-time in the playoffs. So the Pacers still a little bit in the driver's seat here, but you had a chance there to really put the Cavs up against the wall, and instead you let them climb back into it. And one more thing here, Pascal Siakam, he had 18 points and 4 rebounds and 3 assists. That tonight it basically works out to his best game of these playoffs, or at least this series. Pascal Siakam, absolutely, in addition to Haliburton needing to be better tonight, Siakam has to be better across the board.
Hey, man, you preaching to the choir right there. We'll see if the Pacers, specifically Tyrese Haliburton and Pascal Siakam, are able to get their act together for Game 4. As of now, no home team has won on their floor. John Gonzalez, thanks so much for the time, man. And here's a look in NBA playoff history. And they've won best-of-7 series after losing the first 2 games at home. Cavaliers seeking to join this list. See Clippers 2021 against Dallas, Boston 2017. Remember that 05 series between Dallas and Houston. The Cavaliers now trying to get back in the series and win it as the #1 seed in the East.
And with that, we welcome back in JLC, Zach Semeny, and Alex Selznick, a.k.a. Prop Stars. Let's take a play on the side here. I'll start with you, Zach. What do you like?
I'm going to tell the Thunder minus the 5.5. I think this Game 3 is the tell-all that the Denver Nuggets can't compete in this series, and they have no shot in winning the series. In round 1, they faced a Clippers team that was very similar to the limited depth roster that the Denver Nuggets had, and that's how they were able to pull out that series in 7 games. But a completely different story against this OKC Thunder team that can go 9 to 10 players deep. They have that big advantage, and you look at this series so far, Denver has played from behind since the first quarter of Game 1, except for the final 2 seconds in Game 1, and Aaron Gordon hit that 3-pointer. So for me, I think the Thunder have another convincing win. It may take them some time. It may happen in the second half, but they cover the spread minus the 5.5.
Hard to argue there, Zach, but ultimately I had to go with the home underdog, getting spotted 5.5 or 6 points here. Just been so impressed with Nikola Jokic throughout the playoffs. Yes, Game 2, quite the statement victory for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I did expect them to, really bounce back after the Game 1 heartbreaking loss here, but Denver's played great basketball all throughout the postseason for the most part. Outside of that Game 2 defeat, Nikola Jokic is the GOAT offensive player at the peak of his powers right now, and you're going to spot him 6 points at home, where the Nuggets historically have had a tremendous home court advantage playing in the altitude. So I just think it's a good spot to back Denver, frankly, and we've seen Aaron Gordon really elevate his level of play. Jamal Murray's a proven playoff performer. Obviously, they don't have the depth compared to OKC, who, as you mentioned, have 9 or 10 guys here, but they're playing good basketball. They've been competitive all throughout the postseason, minus Game 2, really. So give me the home team if you're going to spot them 6 points.
I just want to thank our producer, Mark, for putting me after Proppy, so Proppy can't rip my head off after I join Zach and going OKC Thunder. I don't know that I'm going to do it with as much vigor as a couple segments ago, but I like OKC. I laid 2 in the first half. Like, OKC on the road this year in the first half have been an absolute juggernaut. Plus 6.6 plus minus, best in the NBA. A point, more than a point, better than any other team in the league. They scored 61.4 on the road in the first half, best in the NBA. They were 7th in first half pace on the road, which I think will be a big deal here because they're deeper and faster than the Nuggets. And Denver were slow starters all year in the first half, and they've trailed in this series, as the guys have pointed out. Denver was just 27th in the NBA in defensive rating at home in the first half. Like, Denver was just a +9 all season long at home with that altitude, 14th in the NBA in the first half at home. Also, Denver played a brutal 7-game series that was knockdown, drag out. OKC were a little rusty in the first game, but they're fueled up right now, and Denver's going to have to deal with the same thing as Golden State and some of these other teams. When you start playing every other day, playoff intensity against a team that's deeper and better than you, it becomes a problem. And I think it starts becoming a problem early here. OKC are usually ready to go from the opening tip.
All right, let's look at a total now. Sorry, I got in a daze on what you were saying. We do have to pick up the pace here a little bit. Total, I know. Total is 232 here. JLC, you did not do a team total in the last game, but that's your sweet spot.
It is, and I like the Thunder to score at least 120 points in this game. Now, are they going to hang 149 again? Probably not, but I just laid out what kind of fast starters they are at home for the year. Denver, only the 22nd defensive rated team overall.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn. Chào mừng các bạn đã đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ làm một chiếc video là tô màu những sản phẩm, hoa quả, con vật, đồ vật, vân vân. Nếu các bạn chưa biết sản phẩm gì đúng không thì hãy xem hết video và để lại một cái like và một lượt subscribe để mình có thể tiếp tục động lực ra video nhé. Và bây giờ các bạn hãy xem hết video để biết đó là sản phẩm gì nhé. Bây giờ các bạn cùng mình đi tô màu nào.
Như vậy video của mình kết thúc nha. Mình sẽ đi vào chi tiết tô màu. Ok.
Đi sao?
Một mình.
Mũi.
À đấy.
Đây nói.